Hello, guys. Welcome to my channel. My name is Julia, and I'm an international education counselor, and I help international students to apply to different education institutions all over the world. My favorite country is USA, and my last video about Harvard admission process was very popular. You can actually see it in the link above. I received many questions about the application process to Harvard and how exactly you have to submit the application. Well, in this video, I will explain you this quite complicated process and show you how you should submit a Harvard application if you are a freshman student. Now I will show you my screen so you can see how I search for admission information. Well, first of all, you should print in your Google search Harvard admission process. This is actually the easiest way to find out the application process to every university in the US. So you enter the website and you see first-year applicants. That's exactly what you're looking for if you are just completing your high school and you don't have any higher education after the high school. So you are applying as a freshman student. And here is a very detailed description of the application process. First of all, Harvard accepts applications through two very popular application systems. The first one is a common application. Here it is. And the second one is a coalition application. I personally mostly use common applications because more universities use this too, and we are able to fill in one application for many different universities in the US, so it's easy. Coalition application is not that widespread, but still maybe someone finds it more convenient. I recommend you to use common application. Common application consists of the application form where you include the basic information about yourself, about your family, about your passport details, your education background, and very important, you must submit your essay. And this application goes to all the universities in the US that you're applying for. But Harvard also has specific college questions for the common application. And you can find these questions in the application itself. So you just need to write additional essays answering the questions that Harvard asks. Well, you have to pay the second one when you have your application complete. You have to pay a $75 fee for application review, but if you don't have money, you can request a fee waiver. The fee waiver is usually available for local families with low income, and sometimes Harvard also offers the fee waiver for international students, but you have to request it well in advance because the consideration takes time. Have in your possession the SAT or ACT exam results because you will need to include this information in the application form, and you will need to submit these test results when you through the website, through the College Board. If you have AP examination or college level credits, you should have it also, and you will need to submit this information with your college application. Also, you will need to have your school report. Actually, this is very interesting thing because in the US, they have 12 years of high school, and not all the schools have abroad have 12 years education system. If you are from the country where there is 11 years education system, you have to submit transcripts from the grades 8, 9, 10, and first semester of grade 11 if you have it already. If you don't have it, so just grades 8, 9, and 10. If you are from the education system where you have 12 years of education in secondary school, you have to submit grades 9, 10, 11, and exactly first semester of grade 12, if you have it again. Very popular questions that students ask me when they open Common Application, they don't see the section where they can submit their transcripts. And this is a problem usually because the transcripts and references have to be submitted through the recommenders Common Application section. I will show you. Here is the Common Application for the student. You have to sign in here. You have to choose first year student. Actually, I have here one account of my students, so I can show you here. You will see common application questions here. You will see here profile where you write the information, address, contact, demographics, language, geography, and nationality. And you have here your education background. You can write here about your schools, your grades, your if you had any college level credits, you can write it here in colleges and universities. And you have testing and activities section. Activities section actually is very important because you need to list here up to 10 activities that you proceed through your high school, so years 9, 10, 11, and 12. And to write a description about the roles that you played in these activities. Maybe you were a leader of a programming club, or you organized a volunteer activity for the school, or you participated in a competition or in the Olympiad. You should mention everything here. Also, you have an essay here. That is a common application essay, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 topics to choose. And the last one, actually, you can share whatever you want. I usually recommend to write, if you don't know what to respond to the previous prompts, I recommend to write your story. So the story of your life and of your interest in the subject, and to put it in the last prompt. But this is a general application form. Then you go to the list of my colleges, and you can add a college here. Okay, so you print here Harvard, and you just need to put a plus here, and Harvard University will be added to your dashboard, and you will see it on the list of your universities. So you press Harvard, and here you have questions on the left side of your panel, questions that you have to fill in order to submit the application to Harvard. Actually, these are all the questions you need. You have academic information, activities list, and you have additional essay questions that Harvard asks. But now I will explain you about the most difficult for international students part. This is the recommenders part. Most of the universities, especially top universities in the US, they require you to submit the references and the counselor recommendation form and the transcripts. Well, and here is the problem. In the US, they are used to do it, and they know how to use the system. And usually high school counselors do it for the students. But in other countries, the high school counselors, they don't know how to do it. Sometimes they even don't speak English. So in this case, you have to help them because they will not be able to submit the application for you. So you need to add recommenders here. Actually, here we have already added a college counselor, but you can do it yourself by pressing the button Invite Recommenders. Here you can choose who you want to invite. You will have the opportunity to invite counselor here as well, but I have already it here. That's why I can't add it once again. You can invite a teacher. Here you print his email address, subject, title, first and last name. And when you press submit, the teacher will be added to your list, and he will receive the email with the opportunity to register his account in a common application as a recommender. Here is another portal for the counselors and for school teachers. It is called Recommend Common App. So they just need to create account here and follow the steps on submitting the student's reference and the student's transcripts. If your school counselor or your teacher is not able to do it yourself, you can ask their email and help them with the creation of the account. This is the only way you can submit the application for the student, and you have to help your counselor to do it. I can also show you how the counselor section from the counselor looks like on the example of one of my students. Here is the counselor section of Common Application. When they register, they have to fill a profile about the school, about the class rank, GPA, transcripts, and some school curriculum. Then they go to the list of students, and here I have one student, and I see the following sections here. On the left side, as a counselor, I can submit a school report, and then I can submit a counselor recommendation form. The school report is exactly the transcripts from your school for grades 8, 9, 10, or 9, 10, 11, depends on your education system. And if your school doesn't provide transcripts in English, you have to make English translations yourself and make sure your counselor submits transcripts in English or with English translations in this section, because otherwise they will not be able to consider you for admission. Also here you can submit, your counselor can submit a recommenders form. And usually here they write something good about the students, about his activities, about his leadership positions or enthusiasm to studies, and about his academic abilities. Well, this is the sections, this is the sections that should be filled by your college counselor. But if they can't, please ask them to fill it in your native language and then just translate it into English and help them to fill this application form from the counselor side, if they don't speak English, of course. This is exactly what you will need to submit the application. So let's sum up. You have to fill a common application for Harvard University. You should have your test scores and transcripts in the possession. You should ask your teachers to write your references in order to demonstrate your academic ability for US universities. And this reference should be submitted through the common application in the teachers section. After you submit your application, here actually you can find the dates when you should apply. The restrictive early action candidates should apply. This is the early consideration. If you have all your package ready, you should apply earlier, because the earlier you apply, the better your chance for admission, if you're a qualified applicant, of course. So the first deadline to apply is 1st November, and you will get a decision in the mid-December. That's actually very good to know if you have a place in Harvard early. Well, but you also have, if you have missed this deadline already, you have the second deadline. Regular decision candidates should apply by January the 1st, and they usually receive the notification by the end of March. Well, that is actually everything I wanted to say about the Harvard application process. If you have additional questions, you can write in the comments and I will respond to you. If you need individual help with the application, please write to me in the comments or message me into WhatsApp. We have a special service for international students where we help with admission to US universities. Of course, this service is fee-paying, but this actually guarantees you great results and guarantees that your application is complete and submitted according to the standards of the US universities. And we make many great recommendations for the application and for building your personal profile to the universities. Well, guys, thank you for watching. Please sign up to my channel and press like to this video. And I'm looking forward to seeing your comments about the next videos you want to see. What information do you want to receive about the admission process to the US or Canadian universities? please write down into the comments. See you.